welcome back. So, two things. I got my new camera stand today. This was my old one. This is what I was using. The phone just sort of rests down in here and it's always angled up. And I couldn't show you my work. It just wasn't working well. So this one, I can retire. This one, however, it's got the tripod on it, which is really cool, right? Now I can take the actual legs of it and bend them, and I can wrap them around limbs and stuff. So when we go out and we start doing more outdoor stuff, this is going to come in real handy. So this is where I'm going to end this little part of the video, and we'll move on to what I'm going to do next. And that's where I'll get into the second thing, because it's difficult to put the camera back in this. So see you in a second. All right, now for the second thing, I was talking in my last video about my son. He has a little axe and I want to work on that. So that's what we're going to do now. This is that little axe. It's just a perfect little size for him. It's a little tomahawk, right? Well, let me give you a little backstory on this axe, okay? So this axe was given to my son, my oldest son, by a very, very dear friend of ours and a brother to me. And I've been putting it off, working on it, because I haven't felt like my son was ready to have one of these. Because, I mean, he's almost 7. He's very excitable. And that's what worries me about this, is him getting overly excited with this. Now, right now, it is just, I mean, it's just a blunt weapon at this point. But I'm going to work on it. I'm going to get it all up and going and working. There, you know, he gave this to my son, and he said, any little Viking deserves their own axe. So, as right as he is, I've been putting it off because of my caution. Well, I'm going to put caution aside for today, and we're going to work on this for a while. He told me what he wants on it. My son wants his name in runes wood burned into it, and he also wants a unique stain that I have. It's called Vintage Aqua, and it's this sort of turquoise color. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll, you know, work on it from there. Now, it's a force fit, which is fine, but I need to take the head off so I can work on it. And I need to clean that edge up a little bit. So, yeah. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. Well, by the way, I love my new tripod. This is the first video I'm doing with it, so it's fun. So I've got my bench grinder set up here, and we're going to work on that blade profile a little bit. Now, I'm probably going to get ridiculed for how I'm doing this, but I'm not a metal worker, so. It's not going to be real pretty, but it'll work. Well, we're starting to get an edge on it, which is nice. Alright, now that is an edge I can sharpen. I can clean that up a little bit. Doesn't it be super pretty? I just need it to work. But it does have more of a profile on it now. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty, but it'll work. Okay. Now, we're going to clean up the handle a little bit now. I'm going to see if I can sand some of this off the head here. Oh, coming with me. See, now this is handy, isn't it? I can do all kinds of stuff now. Ugh. Readjust my legs here, get it back to where it needs to be. Haha, no. There we go. Okay. See, it's more of a direct line onto me now. All right, so now we have the handle. We've got the profile on the blade done a little bit better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on sanding some of this down, getting some of these edges off of it, cleaning up around here where it's a little funky. And I do have some sandpaper right here. So. So my son has this nifty little thing that he got for Yule. It's a little like toy axe throwing thing. It's really neat. And he loves it. He loves throwing axes. He loves throwing axes with me. Well, they're these big foam axe things with 3 suction cups on the front of it, and it's sort of like vinyl board, and you throw it and it sticks. It's really cool. It's a really good way to teach him how to throw an axe, how to handle one properly, the right form, things like that. And if you have kids, I recommend finding something like that. It is extraordinarily useful. He loves every second of it. So, I mean, I'm sanding it down. Another thing about my friend that gave this to my son, it was actually his daughter's little personal axe. And, you know, she got bigger, and she outgrew it. And it's perfect size for my son, so I figure it would just be the absolute perfect thing for him. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to draw the runes on it. Okay. And wood burn it. But I think that's going to come in the next little section. Because right now I have to find... Oh, there it is. This is the stain. That's about the color of it. And that's what he wants on here. Ooh. Actually, what I think I'll do... something a little different, because this stain is so unique in itself that it if you wood burn before you do it and you don't get it just right on the handle, it will the stain will go into the wood burn grooves and cover them up and you won't see them. So we might wood burn it afterwards. It's going to smell horrible, but I think we might do it that way instead. So I think we're going to go ahead and stain it. What do you think? I'm okay with that, as long as you guys are. I need another piece of rag. There we go. Knife. My wife loves this stain too. It's, you know, it's one of her absolute favorite stains. She's the one that talked me into buying it, because the first time I saw it, I wasn't real impressed. But the more I use it, the better I like it. It does look really good. So what we're gonna do, dip it in. I mean, I'm sure you all know how to stain, but for those who are new and don't know how, then you dip your rag in and then start hitting it. but it's a light color when you stain, so it's really neat how it works. But see that color? That's a really neat, unique color for a stain, and I really like that. So I'll smack myself in the face. See that? Whack. Okay, let's go ahead and wipe the end down a little bit. With stains like this, I want to keep the grain look, keep the way the grain pops in it. And see, you can still see all the grain. Okay. All right, flip over a little bit, and then we will stain the rest of it. But I figure this one, we're not gonna, we're gonna stain the handle before we put the hex head on it, where it's a force fit. It'll be okay, I think. I still got to build myself a workbench or buy a workbench or something. Depends on the time that I have. But and I do want to point this out. I do try to keep this these videos very family friendly, because everything I'm trying to teach and explain is all stuff that our children will need to learn growing up, and because it's important to be able to fend for yourself. So I try to keep it very family friendly and very wholesome and G-rated. Now I list all the videos as not safe for children, but that's because if you list it as safe for children, they turn off the comments. So it's just primarily for that why. But so there we go. It's a pretty neat little color. And I'm also going to take the head right here. I'm going to try and sand some of that darkness out of it. I might blue it. I don't know. That actually doesn't look too bad together. I don't know. It's his axe. He gets to choose what color he wants. So, this will probably be my longest video to date, to be honest. I don't know. I haven't done much talking in this video. It's more been stuff getting done, but I've got, let's see, I've got these sanding blocks. See if anything comes off. Yeah, not really. It wears the edges, but that's about it. No, there we go. It's starting to come off. See if I can get more of this off. There we go. It's starting to, yeah, it's starting to come off. We'll try that. Might as well do it all while I'm here. Now, one thing I need to do is put the lid back on the stain so it's not getting filled with grit and grime. And what I'll do, as long as my bluing stuff is still good, I'll blue this head too. I'll show you how to do that. That's pretty neat. That'll probably come in the next video. But yeah. I don't know if you know this about me, but if you watch, you can see my tongue moving. Any gritty sound makes me move my tongue a lot. I don't know why. Fun fact about me. Not taking it all off, but with the blue, it will look really good though. It'll, because the profile will be very shiny. It'll be blue as opposed to the rest of it. It'll look good, I think. let's hit it with the finer block just to see. I know, super exciting, but, you know, if you're still watching, I thank you very, very much. You know, and fun fact, if you are just super protective of your stuff, your axes or your tools, whatever, you're not the only one. If you've ever heard the story, and this is actually reference to the question I asked in the giveaway for the room set, when Thor had his hammer stolen by the giant Thrym, dyslexia kicked in. He went to great lengths to get it back. Great lengths. I mean, he dressed up like Freya. And then when he got the hammer at the wedding, he beat Thrym to death. So, in all fairness, you're not alone. I'm protective over my axes. They get chips in them, and I hate it. So, got some of that off of it. Next, we'll wipe it down, and we'll glue it. But that'll come in the next video, and thank you for joining me. I absolutely love doing these videos, and I love all of you that watch these. So hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.